All right, I want to deal with the excessive and extensive appointment powers of the executive president of the land and how it manifests winner takes all politics. The 1992 Constitution of Ghana gives the executive president of Ghana enormous and extensive powers of appointment. This, over the years, has led to the manifestations of winner takes all politics. As a result, the executive president of Ghana, executive presidents of Ghana over the years have exercised their powers of appointment in a manner that benefits only party loyalists and party apparatchiks without recourse to meritocracy. And so, like I said earlier, it has always led to the appointment of people who could best be described as square pegs and in round holes. So we are not saying that the president should not exercise his appointment powers, but we are saying that under winner takes all politics, the appointment powers are exercised in a manner that favors only the cronies and party full soldiers and apparatchiks and support base of the president, and without recourse to meritocracy. In this regard, so many Ghanaians, irrespective of their competence, experience, and expertise, are denied the opportunity to serve their country simply because they do not belong to the ruling party. And so my argument is that the 1992 Constitution of Ghana gives too much appointing powers to the executive president in a manner that promotes winner takes all politics and deepens clientelism. If you look at various provisions of our constitution, you would see the quantum. The president appoints so many people. If you look at Article 71, A to E, Article 74, Clause 1, Article 86, Clause 2, Article 1834A, Article 1853, Article 1891A, it talks about so many appointment powers of the president. For instance, appointment in consultation with the Council of State. The president appoints the commissioner for Shraj and his or her deputies. The president is appointing the auditor general, the district assembly commons fund administrator, the chairman and other members of the public service commission, the lands commission, the governing boards of public corporations. The president is appointing the head of the National Council for Higher Education, however howsoever we may describe it. The president is appointing the holders of such other offices as may be prescribed by the Constitution or by any law not inconsistent with the Constitution. The president is acting in consultation with the Council of State. The president is appointing persons to represent Ghana abroad. He's appointing the chairperson of the National Development Planning Commission. He's appointing the governor of the Bank of Ghana. He's appointing the government statistician. He's appointing the chairman and 4 other members of the audit service. Then you have appointment by the president on the advice of the Council of State. The first set of appointments is appointment in consultation with the Council of State. The second set, you're talking about appointment on the advice of the Council of State, and here they are talking about the chairperson, 2 deputies, and other members of the Electoral Commission, the chairperson, 2 deputies, and other members of the National Commission for Civic Education. You are also talking about ministerial appointment and then their deputies. You are now also talking about if you look at appointment on the advice of the Council of State, you are talking about the chairperson and 2 deputies of the Electoral Commission, and then also chairperson and 2 deputies of the National Commission for Civic Education. Then you have another set of appointment which is done with the approval of Parliament. Here you are talking about ministers of state and then also deputy ministers of state, and they must be approved. Then you have appointment in consultation with Council of State and approval of Parliament. Here you are talking about Chief Justice. It must be appointed by the President in consultation with the Council of State and approval of Parliament, and other Supreme Court justices on advice of the Judicial Council in consultation with the Council of State and with approval of Parliament. Then you have appointment, another set of appointment with no consultations or advice from Council of State and with no approval by Parliament. And here you are talking about the members of the National Development Planning Commission. And so there are so many. If I want to go on, I can go on and on and on and on. The challenge is that, as I indicated earlier, the appointment of these, the appointment power of the president in this regard is exercised in a manner that promotes winner takes all politics. How? It is exercised in a manner that cuts off people who are not party full soldiers and people who do not support the political party, or people who do not belong to the political party. It cuts them off, and then it focuses on only political party apparatchiks and full soldiers and those who supported the political party in its quest to become elected, and not as I indicated earlier, not necessarily also with recourse to meritocracy. And so when this happens, as I pointed out earlier, it breeds square pegs, the appointments of square pegs in round holes, apart from the fact that it is a manifestation of winner takes all politics. So can we think about reducing the appointment powers of the president? And then can we also urge the president to endeavor to look beyond the limited confines of his political party, to, for the sake of inclusivity, bring on board all other Ghanaians who merit and who qualify to be in government to come and help. Ghana's development and the quest for Africa's development is a serious matter that we cannot allow our human resource base to be dissipated unnecessarily simply because others join political parties, others supported political parties, and others are not members. And if you are not a member, then we will not allow you to be part of government. It doesn't help. And so the appointment powers of the executive president as exercised now is a clear manifestation of winner takes all politics. And it brings about it doesn't bring about the top notch of our human resource base to the fore of the governance process. And if you want to develop and you want to deal with winner takes all politics, the president and executive president and those who are the helm of affairs should endeavor to be inclusive in the appointment, and they should also look at meritocracy in such appointments. I think I will move on to the next lecture the next time. Thank you.